So we've just copied and pasted our NCS pen tables onto our hard drive to the correct folder designation such that Civil 3D will see it. So now we're back into Civil 3D, and this is where we actually apply our line weights. So if you're in model space, you actually need to go to this paper space, just go to a layout 1, and this is where you would actually set the line weights. But before we actually do that, we need to right click on our layout 1 and go to the page setup manager and then click modify, and over here we have this little drop down area in the upper right, and we actually need to set that to NCS1 and then click display plot styles so that we can actually see them. And you can see just by doing that it's already gone through and changed some of this already. So like I said, I need to double click inside of the viewport so that that viewport is now active before I set the colors of the viewport. Like I said, when I was a kind of a newbie CAD person, I didn't know what I was doing, so this was very challenging for me. So here where it says VP color, this is where I'm going to go through and I'm going to change all the colors. So if you're not sure what to change, what I usually do is go through and make everything a 1, and then from there I start changing things. So right now I'm just making everything a 1, and this is my freestanding bench, so it's this one over here to the far right that's actually getting, maybe I'll just zoom in so we can see that. So it's that one that we're changing. Now we'll let you know, and I don't know why this is, but sometimes when you change it here it doesn't quite work. Sometimes you may have to change it over here as well. You shouldn't have to do it over here as well, but like I said, Civil 3D can be a little bit buggy sometimes. So there it is. And make sure we have all of our layers turned on, and we do. We don't have any hatch patterns in this particular drawing, but the other one that we do. So let me go ahead and scroll up. So from here, now I need to decide, well, what do I want to kind of have popped out and what do I not want to have popped out. And sometimes you may find that you'll have to add some additional line work in. So let's just say that I want, let me expand this a little bit. Maybe I want the bench grade to be a thicker line work. So let's just try 3, or maybe we'll just do a 7, that way it's really bold. And I've changed it, and you notice nothing is happening here. And usually this has to do with another setting. Yes, there is another setting. So over here we have this 3 kind of equal signs here, and we need to actually go in here and turn on line weights. So once we do that, this thing over here, I'm going to just click off, pops up. So I'll just click on this, click on line weight settings, and I need to check in display line weights and then click OK. And as soon as I do that, you can see kind of my sloppy line work here. So it looks like I need to do more line work cleanup. I have some things that are on the wrong layer, and that's pretty common. You'll find something like that in your drawing. And you can, using this viewport, you can make changes if needed. It's usually not recommended to do it here. You usually want to do something like that in the drawing space, but you can do it here if you need to. Anyway, so I can see that that's probably too thick, so let me try a 3. And I can see a 3 is a little bit better. I still have some line work that's on the wrong layers, which I'll fix later. Maybe try 4. 4 is a little bit thicker, not too much. Let's go 5. Maybe 6. Or 6 a lot more thicker. Maybe 6 is too thick, maybe we stick with a 5. So that's pretty much how you set line weights. Now if you want to use like one of the really light colored ones, maybe we'll pick something here to maybe we'll make the bolts light. So here it says bolts. This is where we would type in 250. and I can't tell if it made that light. Yeah, there it is. The bolts are actually down here. See how it makes that a really light gray color? So going back to our NCS pen table, we saw that we use color number 5 to make this line type, and then we use color 250 to make this line here. So this light color, this light gray. So when you set the color, it's doing both the thickness of the line and the color of the line, but it doesn't do the line type. So if I've been using the word line type, just ignore me. It's just doing line thickness and line color. So it's using black and grays, and then it's determining the thickness of the line. So you can see here, so definitely, go through and just kind of play around, see what you get with this NCS pen table. And you can start to see here what I was talking about earlier about display order, why it's important. So notice that my bolts are on top of the nuts, so when this actually plots, you can see that my bolt is going to plot, that bolt line is going to plot on top of that nut line, and I don't think that's what you exactly want. You want your nut line to plot on top of the bolts. So make sure that you set the display order correctly.